Good evening from Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. Sorry that this report's out a little bit late, and as you can tell by the live cam just right down the street from our shop here in Commercial Rare Coins, the storm clouds are moving in. And that's not unlike what we're seeing in the economy. However, for us precious metals people, this is what we're looking at. We are looking at the golden bull of our lifetime, and can I say the silver bull as well. And prices are just, we blew through numbers today just like I've never seen, and I've been in this business for nearly 40 years. I've never seen prices blow this fast or blow through these numbers so fast like they have. Anyway, let's take a look at the precious metals prices today. Both New York and the world spot prices are closed right now. And let me say a couple things here first. I've been talking about silver for a little while, playing catch up, and I know I usually talk about gold first, but wow, silver's just incredible. Look at this, $1.95 up, $1.51 in New York, $1.95 in the world markets. That's just unheard of. I don't think I even remember this in 1979 and 80. And I don't remember this in 2010 or 11. At least these type of increases, we saw a prolonged bull market with gold and silver in 2011 and 12. It would make these little gains a little bit, and then it would give up a little bit and pause and pull back and go up a little bit. It took a little while for that bull market. This is just like right out of the gate. However, maybe this bull market is really not a bull market that just started recently, and it hasn't. This bull market has been going on for quite some time. You don't see it in the media very much. You don't read about it in the Wall Street Journal. In fact, let me just kind of pop over here and take a look. Do you see anything on this front page about gold and silver? Have you seen anything on the front page on the Wall Street Journal about gold and silver? For the last year or two, really, nothing. Meanwhile, silver is up almost more than double. And since March, it was 12 bucks an ounce. It's almost $30 an ounce. Any news here on that? None whatsoever. I'm very disappointed in the Wall Street Journal, but maybe I shouldn't be. They're rah-rah people for the stock market. They could give a crap about precious metals. In fact, I don't even think they like precious metals. But meanwhile, no media reporting whatsoever. You know why? Because mainstream media sucks. There's no doubt about it. They got their own agenda. And again, a full-blown bull market we have going on in gold, silver, platinum, across the board, and almost zero reporting. You would think, they rah-rahed the stock market the whole time that the stock market was up, and got people into that. Even when it was at its full-blown high, they were still pushing people in stocks. Meanwhile, you've got a great opportunity in gold and silver, and it's been going on for a while, and not a peep from the Wall Street Journal or anybody else. Not a peep. CNBC, they're a joke in my opinion. But anyways, let's just go back here. And why are they a joke? Because I like this. Mainstream media sucks. I'm sorry. But again, we're in a full-blown bull market for gold and silver. So if you're holding on to gold and silver, you plan on buying it soon, I think you're going to be okay. Hey, I'd love to see you buy gold or silver at 12 bucks. I was screaming my head off back at $12 to buy it. However, it is what it is. I think even at this level, you're still going to see a $50 an ounce or more price of silver. Again, that's my opinion. You never know. I could be wrong, but man, based on the financial gloomy clouds that are coming up, I don't think so. And again, silver. I talked about silver and gold. The silver is just so far outpaced gold as far as percentage, and gold's doing great. Don't get me wrong. Gold is a great performer, but silver has just way outperformed it. However, that silver to gold ratio was like 120 to 1, 110 to 1, and I've made comments several times in the last month or two that I felt that if gold was going up, silver was going to probably go up much greater. That ratio was going to tighten up, and you're going to see much greater gains in silver. And I've been absolutely correct on this. Not to toot my horn, but I've been absolutely correct on this. The silver to gold ratio is closer to 80 to 1 right now. So what I was saying before is I just thought we were going to see greater gains in silver. We have seen greater gains, much greater gains in silver, considering March. It was again near 12 bucks an ounce or something like that. Look at this. Anyway, more than a double up. Gold, not so much. However, again, gold's in a great bull market right now. It's going to continue to go up. Let's look at the ranges here. A low at 2,036 and a high at 2,069. $30 range. So gold's just chugging up. It's almost doing that same thing it did back in 2000. 2011 and 2012. It's just chugging up a little bit, 25 bucks, 50 bucks these increments, pulls back, pauses, and then kind of maintains its climb, forward and up. So I like gold. There's two things that people can say here is that gold is either too expensive or silver was too cheap. And I'm in the silver was too cheap and still is too cheap camp. But at some point, silver will play catch up. It's closer to that 80-to-1 ratio that it was sitting at for such a long time compared to gold. I mean, we were sitting at 70 to 81 for years and years and years. I think technically, historically, it's closer to 30-to-1 or less. You can write it in the comments section below because I don't remember off the top of my head, and I'm not going to look right now. But historically, it's more like 30-to-1 or less as far as the silver to gold ratio. And again, if it was to hit the historic ratio, we've got a lot more room to go up in the price of silver, or the percentage gain is going to be much greater in silver than gold. However, if it kind of follows the 80-to-1 ratio that it's been following for the last decade or more, or whatever, on the average, then we're probably going to see both gold and silver move up in tandem at this point. And you won't see as great a gains in silver. But again, I still think silver has more room to play catch up. I don't think either one of them is going to go down other than for some pauses and some pullbacks. And, with the way they've been rising so fast, it wouldn't surprise me to see some really major pullbacks that will make your your heart sink into your stomach. It wouldn't be surprising because, again, we've had these great climbs. So if you see a big major pullback, if you can trade on it and buy it, great. Do it. But the chances are that it'll be here in a flash. You'll see a big pullback. It'll last maybe a day, maybe not even the morning, and it'll be back to where it was. That's my kind of feeling on what a pullback is going to look like, unless we have a complete financial collapse. And let me tell you what I saw in 2008. When we had the complete financial collapse in 2008, stock market, everything across the board, even gold took a hit. But gold didn't stay down long, neither did silver. But they took a hit because people had to sell everything to preserve their positions in stocks and bonds. So gold really got sold off in quantity as well, ETFs, paper gold, whatever it was. However, physical gold was in such great demand once it had taken that huge hit with every other part in the market. And then we were off to our bull market. We were in the $700, $800 range, $1,000 range. Next thing we knew, we were approaching $2,000 gold in 2012 and $50 silver. Well, I think the environment we're in right now makes this is 2008 on steroids, man. And I don't even know if I can say steroids. That would be an understatement. So anyways, let's take a look at silver here. A low of $26.85. Look at this, $29, $1.95. I'm not even going to look at New York markets because world spot prices have actually been leading the way. And the world is in no better shape than the United States. They're in just as worse shape. I mean, if you really look at the U.S. dollar is the strongest currency in the world. It's still the world's reserve currency, even though we kind of shit on it, or our politicians and the Fed have shit on it. We're still the world reserve currency. And what you're really seeing right now is a race to the glue house. The only reason the United States is the #1 currency and we can claim that we are still the strong currency out there is because we're going to be the last horse to get to the glue house. So that's why we're not because the U.S. currency, the dollar, is going up in value. It buys more. It's better. No, not at all. We're just the last horse that's going to die at the glue at the glue factory. I'm sorry. And that's why people are still piled into the U.S. dollar. Not because it's gained value and it'll buy more. It's just the safest out of all the bad bets out there. So, wow. Again, look, $29. I can't help but feel we're going to see a pullback, especially since I've bought so much silver myself. and my heart will be in my stomach a little bit too if we see a major pullback. But I don't know, man. I've been talking about this pullback for a little while and I haven't seen it. I just expect it. And I'm not going to be upset when I see it, and whether I can trade on it or not, I don't know. Same for you. Platinum, still underpriced. I think platinum should be close to the price of gold or not too far off it. It's always been that way historically, and it is a rarer metal than gold in that aspect. And silver, palladium, up 41 bucks, but again, damn, I just don't get that market, nor do I trust it. I don't trust the people that run it, which is South Africans and Russians and Canadians. Well, I don't mind Canadians too much, but South Africans and Russians. I have great Russian and South African friends, don't get me wrong, but there's cartels that trade these little that control these trading pits with palladium and platinum and stuff, and that's the big three, South Africans, Russians, and I don't I believe every bit that these three groups work together to manipulate the price of palladium. That is one of the reasons I'm not a big fan of the palladium market. Platinum as well, a little bit, but not so much. Anyway, you could call that conspiracy theory. That's just my thought. Look it up on Google if you want to know where I'm getting my thoughts from. Anyways, I don't want to digress. Wow. Well, look at this. Actually, New York did close above 1,000 for platinum. So, though, hey, that's great, man. And as I've been saying for about 2 or 3 weeks now, not much more, world spot prices have been leading. So if in the evening world spot prices have been higher than the New York close down here, as you see, it seems that New York has opened a little bit higher than its close the night before, but seems to catch up with the world prices. So world prices seem to be leading the scene right now. However, if you think about it again, world prices, world currencies are in bigger trouble than we are, man. They had, look at all these major countries had as bigger, closures and mandates and closed businesses and failures and unemployment. So, I mean, again, I think the U.S. is going to be like the last horse to the glue factory. I don't think we're winning anything here. I just think we're the last one to go into the glue pot. So let me move along here. Wall Street Journal. I always like to look here. And again, after just dissing major media, I feel a little funny coming here talking about it. But, there is, you can read in. A friend of mine told me when I was young, he says, read the Wall Street Journal every day and read between the lines. Well, you take that for what it's worth. It took me a long time to figure it out. I finally did. Maybe you can figure it out for yourself. However, look around here. I don't see any black swans or anything they're going to give me, or black swan type events or potential events that tells me that gold is going to explode $100 tomorrow. And I already know it's going to explode, but in that sense, I don't see any. Weekly jobless claims declined to lowest since March. Meh. I don't think. Too little, too late, in my opinion. Looking over here, I don't see anything that directly affects gold or silver. And again, look, no headlines at all about gold and silver. Busting new highs in gold. Not a freaking single headline here. What's up with that, folks? Again, mainstream media, in my opinion, mainstream media sucks. So that's the reason we don't see anything, because they want to sell stocks. They work for the corporate man. Maybe that's simplification of it. And let's take a look here. Well, anyway, I got to tell you, one of the reasons that I like looking at, I get people to say, Brian, zero hedge, there's so much cracky stuff, crackpot stuff out there, and not really. It's kind of a non-mainstream news source. And there's so many different articles out there. But one of the reasons I like it is like this. Why is this not in the Wall Street Journal? Russia-China de-dollarizes, reaches breakthrough moment as countries dish greenback for bilateral trade. This is huge. This is huge. Now, this has a big effect on the price of gold and silver, right? Look, it's on Zero Hedge, on a page that gets dissed off. And again, remember, read between the lines. There is some shit that they run on Zero Hedge, but there's some good stuff here that you don't read in corporate media. Why? Because mainstream media sucks, in my opinion. They don't give you all the information. Otherwise, they would have this on the front page. Gold and silver, gold flying through the roof. Maybe you should buy some gold. And I'm not saying that they should make advice on that, but damn, at least show what the metals are doing. They're flying. And show articles like this, de-dollarization. I mean, come on, this has major impacts on the dollars in our American pockets here. But they don't list it. And you know why? Because mainstream media sucks. And sorry about that. I'm on a rant tonight. I've had a long day. I'm not even eating lunch yet. However, I've been buying the heck out of gold and silver. We've been busy as heck. Anyways, I don't want to keep going over that. I won't go over that again. I won't go over that. And look at these numbers, folks. Could we see $30 plus tomorrow? Wow. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. But again, if world prices are leading the way like they have been for the last few weeks, this is kind of an indication that we're going to see a higher open tomorrow in New York, and maybe a higher close for the weekend. Wow. we're in unusual, really cool time, especially cool if you're holding on to gold and silver and platinum right now. So anyways, listen, this is Brian Kuzma. I didn't mean to go long-winded on you. Commercial Rare Coins and Precious Metals. I have got so much gold and silver and stuff, and I have access to it. So if you live locally or you can trade face-to-face with me, come on in anytime between 10 and 4, Mondays through Fridays, or call me at 954-493-8811. And we can quickly discuss. I'd love to be able to educate you on the phone, but I'm so busy lately I haven't been able to do that. You got to come in to do it. But anyways, call me anytime to find our hours. And again, I'm telling you 10 to 4, or to ask us any other questions like spot prices or how much we're selling something for. We're here 10 to 4, and I can't think of anything else. And that's really about it. Thanks for watching, and have yourself a great evening. And make sure, let's follow up tomorrow, see what's happening. Wow, I'm excited about it.